The Kuwait National Development Plan sets the nation's long-term development priorities. It's organized around 7 pillars or areas of focus for investment and improvement. Healthcare. Improve service quality in the public healthcare system and develop national capabilities at a reasonable cost.
The Amiri Hospital expansion project is carried out within the Amiri existing hospital complex in the Sharq area of Kuwait City. Project cost is up to 150 million Kuwaiti dinar. The surface area is approximately 13,510 square meters. The gross surface area with a total capacity of 416 bed accommodation and will approximately 101,000 square meters. The work contract comprises the design and the construction, supply of medical equipment and hospital furnishings for the new hospital and refurbishment of the existing areas, in addition to ordinary maintenance. The new hospital will be connected to the existing one of the means of the tunnel and the suspended footbridge. The new hospital has 3 underground floors surface of approx 13,400 square meters and 13 upper floor surface of 8,500 square meters. From ground floor to 6th floor, 6,000 square meters. From 7th floor to 12th floor, parking areas and foreseen both for underground floors and the upper floors for a total of 640 parking spaces.
The annual plan is scheduled to continue 164 projects that will contribute more than 50 billion in revenue. Now we will take in a social media tour regarding Al Amiri New Hospital. From New Kuwait government account, His Highness Prime Minister inaugurates the new expansion of Amiri Hospital. And from Amina Bashiri account, opening of the new Amiri Hospital and further achievements. And from Sada account, the new expansion of Amiri Hospital is very beautiful and elegant.
Under the patronage of Ministry of Health, the Pediatric Hematology Oncology Department in the Kuwait National Bank Hospital did the first stem cell transplant for a child infected with neuronal cancer.
So we had our first stem cell transplant for children in Kuwait on 26th of October 2020 of this year in the COVID-19 era. It was challenging actually to do it. The type of the stem cell transplant is called autologous. Autologous means from the same person. The child who had this transplant is actually had a cancer disease from her nervous system, and it was diagnosed around a year ago, and she had a lot of chemotherapy. She had then after that surgical procedures done to remove the tumor. After that, we managed to do the stem cell collection, and this is a very sophisticated, scientific, actually high standard technique. We do it in a special lab in Yaqub Bahbahani, so they collaborated with us very well. We managed to preserve this and freeze it for some time while preparing the patient for transplant. Preparation of the patient for transplant take a procedure, and it's a very long procedure, like giving chemotherapy. Before that, we managed to do all the investigation, making sure the patient is fit to go into the transplant. Part of that, making sure that she is free of cancer.
In the beginning, the stem cell transplant was doing for the adult. The cause of the stem cell transplant is benign and malignant genetic blood diseases or the blood cancer diseases. Also, there is some immunodeficiency diseases need to make stem cell transplant.
So after the chemotherapy and making sure she's free of cancer, we do a lot of investigation to make sure that she's fit to go into the transplant and the chemotherapy of the transplant. So that procedure takes around 6 weeks of preparation. And with that, we do a cardiac check, ear check, eye check, dental check, a lot of blood test checking. It takes a period of time, and then we ask the parents to make sure that they are willing to go for a transplant. I explain for them the procedure, taking the consent, and we give them time to think, weeks and weeks, and with no pressure. So with that, the parents wanted to do the transplant, and the patient is going within her cells, actually taking her stem cells and returning it back to work properly with no cancer as a sequelae or as consequences. And this is increase her survival rate and decrease the disease coming back again and relapsing again.
The patient was a child, has been diagnosed since July 2017 and started the chemotherapy, and they freezed her stem cell on November, and all the tumors were removed from her at Ibn Sina hospital. Then they started to prepare her for the surgery.
So it was very challenging procedure to be done in a unit that was closed for quite some time. So MBK Hospital was built in 2017. And from that time till 2019, the unit was not working at all due to infectious control issues, due to engineering issues. So after I came from UK, I managed to tackle some of these issues, and we formed a team, stem cell transplant team of NBK Hospital, liaising with the Yaqub Bahbahani, the very experienced staff there. They've been doing the transplant since the year of 2000. So they've been doing transplants since then. I think so far they did over 100 transplants, 800 transplants, sorry. So we asked their lab to collaborate with us, the stem cell lab, the senior nurses, the senior doctors, and they've been with us like they were our right hand. Plus, our junior doctors here were really interested in this challenge and were very encouraged to go ahead and do all the best for this patient. The nurses themselves were doing their best in the care of the first transplant in NBK Hospital. So we managed to do it nicely, peacefully, and thanks God the patient is now, she's in a good health. We have a good success rate so far. Now today day 10 post-transplant, and she's stable, and I hope she'll go home soon.
The Pediatric Hematology Oncology Department started the procedure to heal the child by stem cell transplant. The surgery succeeded, and it was a huge success for Kuwait Development Plan in the region of His Highness Sheikh Nawaf Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah.